Come on in, fire signs, fire signs, fire signs. I am here to give you y'all messages. I hope you guys are having a good week, fire signs. Also, fire signs, I hope y'all just having a good week, I guess. Welcome to Dark and Light. Angels. No, 111 Angel Collective. Okay? Yeah, let's do this thing now, fire signs. Let's see what's coming in here for y'all, fire signs. Some finna be a volcano here. Some is a volcano, fire signs. Y'all in y'all power here. You definitely in y'all power here. And y'all in y'all power here because it got something to do with dark matters. Y'all not doing this dark mystery here. You're not doing it. Fire signs. Because it got something to do with fire signs here. Y'all in discipline here. In time, y'all will be in discipline. And it has something to do with that, fire signs. And it has something to do with fire signs. Y'all in discipline here because it got something to do with music. Y'all can listen to a lot of music here. Y'all can be around the water sign here as well here. And it has something to do with that here. Okay, y'all can be in music at this time here. Y'all can be, around a water sign. Okay? But it has something to do with this water sign here could be hiding something here with this moon core here. So Spirit wants y'all to know that. That's why y'all need the eclipse. Because it got something to do with that here. And it has something to do with eclipse here. Because it got something to do with the south. Somebody here's tried to eclipse the south. Because it has something to do with they want something to be frozen here. Because y'all can be in pureness. But they want something frozen here for y'all. Fire signs. This is what they're trying to do. And it has something to do with that here by having it frozen here. But y'all go get some type of clarity in the wintertime here. Or y'all might get some type of clarity now. But in the wintertime here, Spirit might want y'all to wait on something here. And wait on the winter. Because it got something to do with attraction. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with the sun. Y'all gonna be revealed in the wintertime. And it has something to do with that here. Because somebody here want to froze something here. They wanted to freeze something here. And I'm going to tell you why they wanted to freeze something here. It has something to do with y'all going to be seeing her. And it got something to do with that here in connections in the wintertime. Y'all going to be seeing fire signs. But it has something to do with that here. But it has something to do with air signs here. It's connected to earth signs. Okay, air signs is connected to earth signs here. And it has something to do with that here. But something in the wintertime here, it's going to be solid for them in the wintertime. This coming winter, it's going to be solid for these earth signs and earth signs. Because it got something to do with, it's going to be solid for them because it got something to do with west. And it got something to do with air signs here. And that's a completion y'all finna get. Because it got something to do with, they build, these earth signs here build. And who they build with her, with this speed, they build with, these earth signs build with water signs. And they build with water signs, sir. They thought they was going to flourish with water signs, sir. But it has something to do with this voice. And it has something to do with water signs and air signs. And it has something to do with that her. It got something to do with that they was going to be comfortable her. Water signs, air signs, as well as earth signs. Thought they was gonna be comfortable with her, but it has something to do with that her, and it has something to do with that her, but it got something to do with earth signs her. Something go wow because somebody her played with somebody her. Y'all could have ascended her, or y'all went through a transformation her. Fire signs, and it has something to do with that her. That's why earth signs something finna go through a change. They finna go through a change her earth signs. Earth signs finna go through a change. Earth signs gonna have to go through a transformation because that's why they finna go through a change because they gotta go through a transformation here. And air signs as well as water signs. I told you, air signs and water signs her planted something her and grew together and said F y'all and y'all fire signs. This would have had something to do with her when y'all went through a transformation her. So Spirit wants y'all to wait in the winter time because it's gonna be shown. And the reason why it's going to be shown her is because of what they did. It's what they did her. They left y'all out to the five pinnacles like y'all wasn't enough fire time. And it has something to do with that her. So they wanted something to be frozen for y'all in the wintertime, her, but it's gonna be frozen for them with this attraction that they thought that they was doing on y'all. Yeah. Real talk. Real talk. Fire signs. Because it got something to do with dark matters, her. It got something to do with light and darker. It got something to do with they supposed to be shadow. Somebody, they getting dark matters right now, fire signs. And the reason why they in dark matters right now is because they haven't balanced they dark and light. They didn't go inward with the dark energy. They didn't see their ego. They didn't welcome their ego. And it has something to do with, that's why they in dark matters now. Because it got something to do with they in dark matters now. Because it got something to do with they in dark matters with earth signs. Because it got something to do with earth signs is in a desert. And it has something to do with these earth signs in a desert. But they trying to ground these earth signs. Trying to ground. Or trying to ground something here. But it got something to do with what they grounded into is water signs. This is what they grounding into. It's water signs here. They thinking water is going to help them. But it has something to do with that. But water is drowning right now. And it has something to do with that. Water is drowning because they got to breathe. And it got something to do with that. That could be with earth signs, sir. And it got something to do with that. And they with earth signs, sir. That's why they got to cleanse. Water signs got to cleanse, sir. Because it's going to be a storm. And these earth signs do too. Because it got something to do with it's going to be a storm here. Because it got something to do with animals. And it has something to do with that her. And it got something to do with something that's completed for them. And the reason why it's completed for them is because they finna be crying her. They didn't understand their emotions. They didn't go within their emotions. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with they endured. Earth signs finna be crying as well. Because that's how they endure, by feeling their emotions. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with East. I told you that. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with Easter. And it has something to do with solutions. Water signs, sir? Yeah. It's connected to the mind, water signs. And it has something to do with that's how y'all gonna get y'all riches. But it has something to do with that, her. And it got something to do with fire signs, sir. Because fire signs already in riches, sir. But somebody here was trying to burn something for fire signs to not get no riches, sir. This is what they was using water signs to do. Yeah. And they have to do it there to do this to fire signs, y'all. And they try to do this to y'all. And the reason why they try to do this is because they try to do magic on y'all with this pressure. Earth signs, water signs, and air signs did this. They all connected together and came together to come against y'all. Now y'all see what's coming to y'all. I told y'all this. I told you. But y'all balanced y'all dark and light. Y'all went within by being the hermit. But they did it. They wanted to come against y'all so y'all could get riches. Earth signs, air signs, earth signs, and water signs did this. Now y'all know what's going on, fire signs. I'm sorry, but I gotta get the messages out. But y'all still gonna be in the sun. The world still gonna see y'all. You know why? The world gonna see y'all is because it got something to do with connections. These connections still gonna see y'all because y'all went through a death and a rebirth. And y'all disciplined. Y'all did the work. Who ain't able to stop destiny? And it has something to do with that. That's why they gonna see your power. Fire signs. And they gonna see your power because it got something to do with water signs, sir. You can be created with a water sign, but it has something to do with you created with a water sign, but it got something to do with music. But these water signs drowning. As well as these earth signs. As well as that's why they gotta change. These air signs and these water signs gotta change because it's connected to this earth signs. These earth signs gotta change too. These water signs, these air signs, and these earth signs got to change. They got to go through a transformation. They never did. And it has something to do with that here, but they thought that they was gonna be comfortable with this voice. Nope. Nope. Because it's coming in speed, they're going to cleanse her. That's how they build. Because if they don't, this will miss a piece here. Don't. Tell them. This is what's going on here, fire signs. They played y'all. They played all of us. You know what I'm saying, fire signs? What we do to them? You know what I'm saying? What we do to them? What we do to them? Let him out. What do y'all let my cat out, please? My thorn out, please. Yeah. So I had to show you what was going on here, fire signs. Because it got something to do with fun and colleagues here. And it got something to do with these friends here, with the universe here. They think the universe is on their side here. And they celebrating with friends and all that other stuff. Yeah, and it has something to do with that. But these friends are finna go through frequency energy. They friends finna be frequency towards it. Because you know why? They finna go through money problems because they should have had the courage, fire signs. And it has something to do with that. Because it got something to do with, they should have had the courage. That's why they going through finance. But y'all in temple path to with y'all new beginning and increasing. And they have something to do with that. But they want y'all to increase with somebody here wearing a mask. And it has something to do with that here. With milestones. Yeah. Sound good. Sound good here. Yeah. With these milestones. Yeah. This is what they wanted to do to y'all. Let's get that to these milestones here. Yeah. And they wanted to crease off y'all. And they could be you try to use a water slide. And y'all start doing that here. But y'all in y'all higher self here. And y'all in the present power. That's why they finna be in fear. For playing around with y'all. And the plans that they had against y'all. Because it got something to do with the universe here. And the universe know that about creation. Who was created? Who is created? And it got something to do with that here. That's why y'all happier because y'all created. And it has something to do with that. But it has something to do with new connections can be coming in for y'all. As well as relationships that are killing your spirits. But these people, they got hidden motives. And it has something to do with this. What Spirit wants y'all to know. And it has something to do with that here. You have a contract with somebody here. They only got hidden motives, fire signs. Because it got something to do with this travel. And it has something to do with that here. And it got something to do with y'all can be in the conscious here with spirit. And y'all can be ascended masters here. But it has something to do with they finna go through conflict here with their family. And the reason why is because they want to gossip and all that other stuff. But it got something to do with that here. And it has something to do with they wanted to gossip with their friends and everybody else. And it has something to do with that here. While you taking steps. Yeah. That's what it has something to do with her. But they ain't want nothing to change for y'all. And it has something to do with it because they was doing magic on y'all. They ain't want nothing to change from y'all, for y'all. But y'all went through a transformation here. And it has something to do with that fire signs. And y'all started reading books and all type of stuff. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with that's why y'all getting great achievements. Fire signs. Yeah. And that's why they want y'all great achievements so y'all can go through a loss. This is what they trying to do to y'all. That's why y'all gotta let them go. Hey, I gotta let them go. Y'all gotta let them go. Y'all gotta play it safer, be optimistic here, and y'all need to keep y'all healing energy here, and y'all gonna get the answers y'all need. But y'all gotta play it safe, cause these energies is off. And it has something to do with that here. This is what the universe wants y'all to know. Only be in y'all creative side and y'all healing energy at this time. Being in connections, they only trying to backstab y'all. And I'm going to keep it a buck, fire signs. They doing magic on y'all. And it got something to do with that here. Yeah. And Spirit know what they doing. Yeah. That's why they ain't getting that coming in for them. Because they thought that they could take your riches. Yeah, nah. I told you y'all in the sun. Y'all finna see them without no money here. They gonna have a lack of money. Didn't I tell you that? And then I started doing that here. These energies ain't gonna have no money with this frequency energy. Cause y'all got the courage. Y'all ready for war. And they got something to do with that here. And y'all with the universe. And the universe is backing y'all up here, fire signs. Because y'all in y'all creator side. And it has something to do with that here. And y'all in y'all healing energy here too. That's why they go get the answers they need. Because it got something to do with that here. Because y'all optimistic. And it has something to do with that here. And y'all gonna play it safe as well. Because y'all know what's up. But these energies here, these people, these kicking in and all that, finna have frequency energy. And the universe know that. The universe know it. They know it. That's why you gonna see them like this, sir. You in the conscious, but you gonna see them without nothing. Nah. Because the universe seen what they did. The universe definitely did. They definitely did. They seen what they did. Yeah, they did. That's why y'all gotta stay to yourselves, fire signs. Real talk. Cause they only backstabbing y'all. That's all they doing. And thinking that they getting away with it. Nah, they ain't getting away with it. Nah, no ma'am. Spiritual awakening. I told you y'all spiritual awakening. With this 1001. Y'all spiritual awakening. And y'all spiritual awakening on this good time. Y'all spiritual awakening on this good time. What I tell you. What I tell you. What I tell you. What I tell you. Come on through here, spirit. We have her. It's up to you. So it's up to y'all. With this 211. It's up to y'all. Because it got something to do with that. Because it got something to do with switch. It says great switch. And cycles. Y'all went through a great switch here. Y'all can be seeing 119, 119, 111, 222, 212. Y'all did a great switch. Y'all already did it. Y'all already went through your transformation here, fire signs. But it has something to do with that here. But Spirit is telling y'all not to go through no another cycle. If y'all mess with them, y'all gonna go through another cycle here. And it has something to do with that here. It got something to do with that. Because it's going to be a drama alarm here with this 17, 666. It's going to be a drama alarm here. Because it got something to do with great fortune, great blessings. Y'all got great blessings coming in for y'all. But it's up to y'all. Don't mess with them, man. It's up to y'all. It definitely is. This is what Spirit wants y'all to know. You know, fire signs? Because it got something to do with the mirror. I told you, y'all did y'all inner work with this mirror. And the heavens seen y'all too. The heavens seen y'all. Fire signs. You did the inner work. The heavens seen y'all. They surely did. Give me one on this conscious and lack of money. This is what they want y'all to go through in the fall time here. They want y'all harvest. I told you that. Fire signs, they want y'all harvest. And it has something to do with that here. Fire signs. Y'all need to cleanse. Y'all need to cleanse her. Take salt baths, fire signs. and cleanse. Because it got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with the conscience. It got something to do with staying y'all conscious, sir. Because they playing with y'all heart. And it has something to do with that her. It got something to do with the water side her thinking that they can express it and all that to y'all and stuff. This water side. But it has something to do with that her. But this water side connected to earth energy here. And they never did the inner work. They never did the inner work. This water side, this earth side, they never did the inner work. And it has something to do with that here. And in the summertime, these steps, don't take no steps with nobody hurt in this summertime, man. Don't do it. Don't take no steps. Because it got something to do with staying your empowerment. With this daily line. Staying to your empowerment here. Because it got something to do with y'all go get messages in y'all dream state. And it has something to do with that fire signs and put boundaries up. Your loved ones is here. The ancestors is here for y'all. Especially they came in the springtime to y'all. Remember? And it has something to do with that here with this travel. Okay? Because y'all prophets. Y'all are prophets. Fire signs. This is y'all destiny. Y'all prophets. And it got something to do with that. This is prophecy. And it has something to do with that here. Y'all creators. And it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with solving problems. Y'all solve problems with the resolve. Yeah. And it has something to do with that here, fire signs. It got something to do with that with to use passion on y'all. With survival. It got something to do with that here. A lot of y'all can be antique traveling as well here. But y'all gonna have to ground y'all. Somebody here's antique traveling y'all. It can be earth side here. Antique traveling on y'all. Trying to ground and all that other stuff on y'all. And it got something to do with that here. It got something to do with the past. This is what the past is doing to y'all here. Bill, what y'all dealing with here, fire sons? They want y'all harvest here. They want y'all to have a lack of money. Nothing. This is what they doing to y'all. Trying to do to y'all in the fall. Yeah. It's real soccer. Real soccer. They could be planning and want to text y'all and stuff like that. Y'all don't need to be texting them. You know why y'all don't even contact them. Don't even talk to them. Don't do it. Don't do it, fire signs. And I'm telling you like it is. Because it got something to do with that her. They could be planning to talk to y'all because y'all do self-love her. Because y'all not rock bottom her. Y'all not rock bottom. Y'all definitely not. They in these love affairs her rock bottom her. You not. Don't do it. You hear me? Me went on this fall. Real return. So they acting like they real return or like they return to y'all so they get y'all harvest. You know what's up, fire signs. And it got something to do with that. The angels is telling y'all heard about these people that be popping up here. Y'all guided. Don't do it. Because if they never heal, don't mess with them. If they never healed. Because it got something to do with that. Because if you do, you're going to be with toxic love. And it got something to do with that. And look at the red flags. And it got something to do with that. About people that grow together. Because it got something to do with if they can't see you, they can't help you. Yeah. In relationships and all this toxic, if they don't do self-love, don't even mess with them. If they route ain't self-love, if they don't love themselves, and you can see they route, and it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with that fire size. Don't do it. Because it got something to do with they act like they real to you, but it got something to do with that her. But they only want y'all harvest. That's all they want. Yup. Don't do it. Told you these projections they thought that they was putting on y'all, it didn't work. And it got something to do with that hurt. They was trying to harm y'all. I told you they trying to harm y'all. And it got something to do with that hurt. They trying to bind y'all. This is what they try to do to y'all because y'all knowledgeable. They try to bind y'all because y'all knowledgeable. And it has something to do with that hurt. And it has something to do with these friends who know y'all knowledgeable. And they try to bind y'all too. And it has something to do with that hurt. And it has something to do with because it got something to do with y'all imagination here. They trying to bind y'all. And I'm telling you, they put the devil on y'all. Go on air signs energy, they put the devil on y'all. And it got something to do with that hurt. That's why they feel be heartbroken. And they gossiping her. These people that's gossiping about y'all, they be heartbroken. You know why they be heartbroken? Because y'all still gonna be in winning and in victory. And you know why y'all gonna be in winning and in victory here? Because y'all gonna be still working and y'all work gonna be flourishing as well. I'm telling y'all why they gonna be looking sicker for playing with y'all by doing this buying this stuff on y'all her. Because y'all too knowledgeable. And it has something to do with that here. These projections they thought that they was doing on financing y'all. They want y'all financing in. And it has something to do with that here. It got something to do with kids. They even doing energy work on y'all kids. And it has something to do with that here. Some of y'all, it got something to do with y'all can be some of y'all can be bisexual here. But this player here is playing y'all. And it got something to do with a contract here. This person gonna be getting regret. Because it got something to do with that here. This person is an intelligent thief her. And only what it take from y'all and love to be looking at other females and everything else. They don't care about y'all. They just want y'all to keep giving her. Guard yourself. Guard yourself, fire signs. The divine is telling y'all the light, y'all are light beings here. Guard yourself. Because they putting up an oppression. Leo energy, Gemini energy here. Yeah. I told you the sun and Gemini energy. Gemini energy play two roles, but it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with y'all too empowering. And it has something to do with that. They want y'all to be rejected here. And there's a whole bunch of people that's involved. Yeah. And it got something to do with maximum's energies here. And it got something to do with these maximum energy here. And these maximum energy is the angels of spirit that can be with spirit. But it got something to do with that here. Y'all can be angels of spirit. But somebody heard these divine masters is wearing a mask to y'all. Y'all spiritual guided. Yeah, it got something to do with all technology. They wearing a mask. And it has something to do with that here. Because y'all, I told you these spiritual gifted people is wearing a mask. And it has something to do with that here. The other world. I told you that. They in another world here. Because they never went through a death and a rebirth here in Scorpio energy. I'm telling you. They only gluttoning. Hey. Got something to do with Taurus energy here for the snap. Because they doing magic on the Taurus too. And they got something to do with that here. And they doing magic on this Taurus friendship, sir. They got something to do. They using the Taurus, sir, to do magic on friendships or something like that, her. And this person a divine being too. Telling you, be aware what y'all dealing with her. I'm telling y'all, fire signs. Y'all got to share yourself. Y'all too knowledgeable. Y'all too knowledgeable, man. Be in them books. This is what Spirit Divine telling you. Be in them books. Forget these people. Because these people is coming against y'all. They doing magic on y'all. Air signs doing magic on y'all. Water signs. They doing, they messing, they play them water signs like they a donkey. Like, come on. It wasn't who y'all dealing with her. They try to buy y'all. Yeah. Told you, Scorpio energy gonna tell you. If they never went through a death and a rebirth, if they never ended nothing in their life, if they don't want to do the spiritual work, if they don't want to go within, y'all need to leave them alone. And it got something to do with that her. Because it got something to do with they in another world her. Y'all need to reject them. Because all they gonna do is put y'all in all type of other stuff her. And it got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with that her. Leo energy her, yeah. It got something to do with Gemini energy her. You will know by their fruit. You will know if they two-faced, because they can be two-faced. And it has something to do with that her. You gotta guard yourself. Because y'all are light beings. And it has something to do with that her. Don't do it. Don't do it. Spirit also want y'all probably in the fall time to go through another transformation here. Just go through another transformation here in the fall. Because in the winter time, if you do that, y'all gonna be flourishing. And it has something to do with that here. We got you are different. They can't meet your standards. Faith. Have faith. Fire signs. Stay calm. Okay? Yeah. Stay calm. Spend time alone every day. So spend time alone. Don't be with nobody. Okay? Fire signs. Ten. Something near complete. Keep working towards y'all goals. Okay? This is what Spirit wants y'all to know. Okay? So y'all are differently than them. Y'all not like them. Y'all are light beings. Y'all went through a transformation here. Stay calm. And Spirit wants y'all to stay calm here. Because it got something to do with they can't meet your standards, sir. And it has something to do with be by yourself. This is what Spirit wants y'all to do. Because it got something to do with faith. Have faith in the Most High. Have faith in Spirit. Have faith in Spirit. And it has something to do with that here. Because it got something to do with work towards y'all goals. Don't worry about nobody else. And it got something to do with that. This is what Spirit wants y'all to know. Okay? Wicca, Gabble, Moon, her. Reflect and meditate. So Spirit wants y'all to reflect and meditate her. Okay? Promise without okay. We have here judge your success by what had to give up in order to get it. So y'all had to give up a lot to be successful. Look at what y'all had to give up to be successful. And this is what Spirit wants y'all to know. Because it says I am the successful story. Y'all the successful story here. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with the war. It says the law of Ginger. Maximum and minimum energy exit in all things. So y'all have balanced y'all maximum and feminine energy. Y'all in both. And it has something to do with that here. This is what Spirit wants y'all to know. Yeah. That's what has something to do with her fire sign. Because it got something to do with y'all did the work. Spirit wants y'all to look what y'all had to go through to get to success. Y'all had to go through a lot, fire signs, and it has something to do with that hurt. The Hermit. Look at y'all. Y'all the Hermit. Y'all were going within. And it had something to do with that hurt. But they thought that they was going to hang y'all. They going to have to look at something in a different aspect of her by playing this game her. This Queen of Pentacles. They think she can fight somebody her. She finna get hanged. And it got something to do with that her. It's an outside her finna be fighting too in the home her. Yeah, because it got something to do with that her. Because their stuff is revealed. Whatever they was doing with her. Because you can see them. Because you were 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. That's what I started doing with her. And I started doing y'all the Hermit her. Queen of Wands. And it got something to do with that. And they trying to have y'all stuck her. And they got something to do with that her. And they want y'all to be stuck and heartbroken her in the 9 of Swords. And it had something to do with that her. But it had something to do with they wanted to do this to y'all. And y'all say they did this to a Sagittarius or try to do this to a Sag. It has something to do with that her. But this Sagittarius ain't bad. But it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with they want to bring this Sagittarius competition. But it has something to do with that her on the World Wide Web. But it has something to do with that her. But it has something to do with they the ones that's in illusions her. They bring illusions up to this World Wide Web on network. And it got something to do with that her. This why I got to do get this in her. And the reason why because they didn't see the Pentacles. Yeah, it's all good. And they also a High Priestess her too. This is what they try to do to a Queen of Wands. This is what they try to do to y'all. Queen of Wands females. They want y'all to be stuck her. Yeah. Earth signs did this. Earth signs did this too. As well. As well as Abbasid did Earth signs do this. Because I do they read. But Earth signs did. Yeah. The Hierophant Taurus energy. I told you, they the Hierophants. We back to square one with these Hierophants. They ain't no High Priestesses. They Hierophants. And we got, and that's what people need to understand. They not High Priestesses, sir. They Hierophants. And it has something to do with that her. Got something to do with this Queen of Swords, sir. Is on judgment her. And the reason why is because she thought she could block something her and put something to rest on the Empress. And y'all Empresses her. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with she thought she could use a King of Swords her. And she thought she could use this Libra. But it has something to do with you was watching them all along. And it got something to do with that her. Because you right her. And I thought they had you stuck. Like that stuff is dead. Can we wear on a Hierophant? Justice, Libra energy. Look at it. They thinking that they get justice or this Libra. But it got something to do with this Libra if it be out in the 5 of Pentacles, sir, because she thought she had strength. But it has something to do with that her by using the King of Cups, her. And it got something to do with that her. And the Knight of Swords. I told you this Earth side. And it got something to do with that her. But it's judgment on this Earth side. For real. Because something be put to rest for this Earth side. And the reason why is because she thought she could block something. Yeah. Libra, Taurus. Told you they forget a time word. This Hierophants her. These Hierophants her that thought that they was getting justice is finna get a towel. Yeah. They been get a towel. And the reason why they been get a towel was because it got something to do with a 9 of Wands, sir. It got something to do with a King of Pentacles, sir. They thought that somebody was gonna get it in them. Or Earthside bail her. But it got something to do with that. And it got something to do with somebody for me the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles and everything else. Yeah. They could be trying to do this to a Leo. Leos. They try to do this to y'all. Put y'all in the 5 of Pentacles, sir. And they got something to do with that here, Leo. Y'all gonna be messing with these water signs. Come on, Leo, wake up. Has something to do with the King of Wands. You King of Wands, y'all finna get a towel. Yep. Because the reason why is because it got something to do with the star. It got something to do with the truth. I told you. Somebody here is a storm seed, or y'all gonna find the truth out about a storm seed here, or Aquarius here. Y'all finna find something to think out, because it got something to do with y'all gonna see it on the wild world web. That somebody here is the devil. And somebody here got toxic lovers here. And these toxic lovers thought they gonna be in the 6 of Wands. Yeah. But it got something to do with this 9 of Wands. They know the truth. Yeah. You keep your Wands, y'all forget a time with her, man. Y'all forget a time with her. And the reason why is because you keep your Wands thought y'all can keep playing with the past. Nah. That's why y'all get a towel. Because it got something to do with the Knight of Pentacles here. You put the other pentacle here, it got something to do with work. Y'all can be working here. But somebody here working to juggle y'all, King of Wands. They juggling y'all, King of Wands. And it has something to do with that. And they juggling y'all for because of a water sign. But it has something to do with that here. Y'all need to walk away from this water sign so y'all can be fulfilled. Fire sign males. Because it got something to do with that. And it got something to do with these Knight of Cups. Yeah, these water signs. And it got something to do with the lover you could be with. For some of y'all. King of Wands, y'all forget a towel for messing with the past. And want to stay in the past. Because it got something to do with the Knight of Wands, sir. I told you that. Y'all want to be the Knight of Wands in the past. And it got something to do with that. And it got something to do with these 9 of Pentacles. It's holding back. That's why it's a deck card. And the reason why it's a deck card here, these 9 of Pentacles holding back her. Y'all holding back her. Fire sign females. Because y'all know they never went through a death and a rebirth. And it has something to do with that her. With this Wheel of Fortune. And it has something to do with that her. Y'all fulfilled. I told you that. And that's something to do with one side thought she was fulfilled her, but it got something to do with one side her is not fulfilled. She can be sowing her seeds. But when she sowing her seeds into something coming in real slow. She sowing her seeds with an earth side. And it got something to do with that her. And she getting juggled too. She worked together with somebody, water size. I told you that. It's judgment out there. And they money. Real talk. Now y'all know fire signs, it got something to do with the Hierophant here and justice. God see what they did here. You King of Wands, y'all finna get a time with her. God see what they did. And it has something to do with that her. It has something to do with you King of Wands finna get a time. Because y'all thought y'all could play with the past her. Or y'all thought y'all was gonna put a Queen of Wands in the past? They say y'all get a tower? Let's see. Y'all get a tower with her. How many years? 70 years. Y'all why y'all figure a tower with her? The King of Swords, air energy. The Emperor, Aries energy. Ooh, somebody heard play the rag. Y'all in Emperor and air energy. They playing with y'all that cold. Y'all that cold. Y'all in the King of Swords energy and the Emperor, man. Fire signs. Come on. Come on. They ain't ready for it. They ain't ready for it. Give me one on this high here, man. Got something to do with the King of Cups, sir. Yeah. Water sign. Yeah. Got something to do with the 10 of Pentacles, sir. Got something to do with the Knight of Swords, sir. Somebody heard gossiping her with this 8 of Wands. And it got something to do with there. And it got something to do with this 8 of Wands. So somebody thought that they could juggle. Or somebody heard juggling her. It got something to do with a Cancer. But it got something to do with this Cancer her. It got something to do with the King of Swords her. That's juggling. It got this one. I told you these water signs. As well as air signs. It got something to do with that her with this Knight of Swords. But it has something to do with that. They finna get hanged. Because they gonna have to look at something in a different perspective. You know why they finna get hanged her? Because it got something to do with the Hierophant. And it has something to do with the Hierophant her. And they thought they were going to 3 of sword. This Taurus. This Taurus going to get 3 of sword. It's going to be a Taurus her that get 3 of sword. Because it got something to do with they try to 3 of sword this Taurus her. And the reason why they try to 3 of sword this Taurus because it got something to do with her house. It got something to do with this Taurus home or something like that her they trying to do this to. And it got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with the 6 of Wands. Because this Taurus be in the 6 of Wands. But it got something to do with that thing go manifest. And it got something to do with that. It could be a Gemini that could be in the 6 of Wands. But it got something to do with this Gemini her. It got something to do with a Libra her. That could be in the 6 of Wands. But it got something to do with that her with the 9 of Pentacles her. But it has something to do with somebody here for to find out the truth. Because God told do that for the find the truth about the Ace of Cups. You find out the truth about water signs. It got something to do with that because it got something to do with they try to put illusions up her. And it got something to do with that. That's why somebody finna be walking away. Water signs finna walk away because the water signs could be in their head. Yeah, it's real talk. It got something to do with the Queen of Swords finna be in her head because it got something to do with water signs finna get ghosts on them. And the reason why water signs finna get ghosts on them because it got something to do with earth signs. It got something to do with water signs gonna be going to earth signs. But as they go to these earth signs, it got something to do with earth signs. Thought that they gonna have a passion to beginning her with fire signs. But it has something to do with that. This was coming in slow. But it has something to do with the earth signs is in the past. They in the past, sir. Give me one on this justice. Has something to do with this water sign her love to celebrate her and thought he was getting some type of justice. This water sign. But it has something to do with the sun. It has something to do with the fool. So it has something to do with that her Aquarius as well as Leo energy her, and they thought they could play with this Empress her. By having a new beginning her and be happy with an Empress. But it has to do with this Empress her that's in Sagittarius her. And it has to do with that her, this Sagittarius, like I told you. And it got something to do with that her. And it got something to do with they want this Sagittarius to be their lover. But it has something to do with that her with the world. But it has something to do with that her. But somebody forget a towel. The reason why I forget a towel with her because God he played with this Ten of Pentacles. Hey, I told you that. They played with a Ten of Pentacles her. It's a water sign her that could be celebrated her. But somebody finna get a towel. Because it got something to do with this water sign gets to an earth sign. Yeah. That's why this earth sign finna get a towel. And this earth sign finna get a towel here because it got something to do with this Knight of Cups. And it got something to do with this Knight of Cups here. Got somebody here looking sad and stuff like that. If you put the 5, that's a 6 or 7. This water sign be putting up illusions, sir. And thinking he got many options, this water sign. But he got something to do with that. This water sign finna get to the sword. And the reason why this water sign finna get to the sword here, because somebody here got the strict. Or they thought they going to the sword. Leo? And it has something to do with that as well. It got something to do with the Queen of Cups, sir. And it has something to do with that here. But it has something to do with the Aquarius, sir. Because it has something to do with this Leo is healing a water sign here. Yeah, but it has to do with this Aquarius. But it has to do with this Aquarius, sir. But it has to do with somebody who got foresight. Whoever this is, it could be an Aquarius, so they got foresight here. But it has something to do with that here. Yeah. That's how the word somebody here celebrate with the earth side that's finna get a towel. Somebody finna get a towel here. Give me one on this King of Wands. This Queen of Pentacles, sir. This Queen of Pentacles, sir. It got something to do with that her, this Queen of Pentacles. But it has something to do with High Priestesses her. And it got something to do with that her. Got something to do with something. This Queen of Pentacles got a secret. And the secret is she messed with the King of Wands her. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with it's a missing opportunity her. It got something to do with 5 of Wands her. It's gonna be a missing opportunity for them to mess with this fire sign. Because it's judgment on somebody her for playing with this Hermitage. With this 5 of Wands. Because they thought they could put this Hermitage in a competition. Yeah. This water sign. Male. Yeah. Ooh, we somebody played around. Somebody played around her. They play around her. Because it got something to do with I told you they try to do these high priestesses that's fire signs, sir. These high priestesses her. Yeah. They try to do this too. And it's connected to a King of Wands, sir. But this King of Wands is in the past. These high priestesses is not in the past, sir. These 5 sign females is not in the past. These King of Wands is. And it got something to do with that because this King of Wands give it to an earth sign. And it has something to do with that her. But it has something to do with it gonna be a death core her. Because these Queen of Wands ain't giving nothing to nobody. And it has something to do with that her. That's why they finna carry burdens. And the reason why they finna carry burdens her because it got something to do with they thought that somebody here was gonna work with them so they could carry burdens. They thought I was gonna work with them. And it has something to do with that her. It got something to do with a Knight of Wands her. I told you that. And it got something you're gonna be a missing opportunity. Y'all finna work with them. No. Cause they wanted y'all to be down her. And they wanted to treat you these high priestesses thought they could do this. Yeah. Told you that. And it got something to do with that her. Y'all not the devil. They try to say y'all was the devil. Yeah. And they ain't got something to do with that. And then they try to tell the sword y'all. It's put to rest. And they try to tell the sword y'all over y'all money. Yeah. Because it got something to do with that here. They want y'all to be indecisive about y'all money. And y'all not. Because y'all emperors. That's why. And they can be trying to do this to an Aries. And this Aries ain't doing it either. Because it got something to do with it's a decoy. Yeah. Y'all emperors. What y'all look like giving y'all money to them? Come again. Yeah, come again. Who the devil? Is this doggone King of Wands. That's who the devil. Not this Queen of Wands. Y'all. These high priestesses is keeping a secret. It got something to do with the King of Wands. And they keep it a secret here. And they try to say these other fire signs is like that. Nah, they doing magic on y'all, fire sign females. They try to do magic on y'all. Now y'all know what's up. Told you, secret. Didn't I tell you this is a secret? You know what the secret is? They're trying to cock block. That's a secret. Yeah, go and play that game if you want to. Give me one on this King of Cups. The King of Cups happy. It's a King of Cups her that's happy her. Wholesome and happy. With a person that do self-love. But this person that do self-love finna escape. Because got something to do with this earth size. Got something to do with a Gemini, a Libra, and an Aquarius, sir. And it has something to do with there. But it has something to do with all here love this Libra and this Aquarius unconditionally. That's the secret. But it has something to do with there. But it has something to do with, that's the secret. But it has something to do with somebody who got a whole bunch of options. And it has something to do with that too. Today. Yeah. A high priestess, sir. Yeah. These high priestesses. That's doing witchcraft. What I tell you. On the key of all players that's responsible. What I tell you. They got foresight here. Come on. Want them to change environments here and moving. But it got something to do with there. But this person know their self-worth. You know who's else? I told you, and they want to mask to somebody who they know their self-worth. And they got something to do with there. They want to apologize her to this Queen of Wands. Yeah, I told you that. That's a hierophant her. Yeah, acting like my boo. Yeah. Yeah. Like y'all know. Give me one on this 3 of Cups. It has something to do with laying up her. Somebody laying up and happy. They laying up her and happy. And it got something to do with that her. And it has something to do with that. I told you, wishing. They wishing for this person that got a third eye. And it got something to do with there. But it got something to do with this person that got a third eye. Know they gonna only put them in the trash can. This person got receipts. And this person that got a third eye gonna only put them in the trash can. And it got something to do with that her. Somebody here finna have legal issues, sir. If they do not go through a transformation. Because it got something to do with that here. It got something to do with Aries. If y'all keep playing with y'all family here. It got something to do with y'all gonna go through conflict, Aries. And it got something to do with that, Aries. Because it got something to do with that. And it got something to do with Aquarius, sir. Y'all gonna go through conflict too. Because y'all don't want to do self-love. But it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with y'all. I told you. It got something to do with escaping and doing self-love. So that's something to do with air signs, sir. Y'all want to sit around here and have a good time and do self-love at the same time, her air signs. But it has something to do with air signs, sir. You can love somebody here unconditionally here, but your secret is out. And it has something to do with that. And the reason why y'all secret is out, because y'all got so many options y'all thought y'all had today. Yeah, okay. Y'all keep doing that. And y'all are high priestess, sir. Yeah, okay. Yeah. By doing witchcraft on somebody? Oh, yeah. Sound good. Sound good. Sound good. Sound good. Sound good. Sound good. Give me one on the other side. Somebody here finna be shocked about somebody here laying up with somebody here and cuddling up with somebody. Our earth side finna find this out. Because it got something to do with somebody here want this spiritual person here to go through the delays. And it has something to do with their. But see, they want this spiritual person that got a third eye. These third eye people gonna have to go and look at themselves in the mirror here. Because it got something to do with wishing. And it has something to do with her. But it has something to do with they wish her. These earth signs wish her. And it got something to do with somebody here that love unconditionally her. But it has something to do with her. And it has something to do with somebody here that do self-love. Yeah. Somebody here played around her. I told you they did magic on somebody here. Somebody finna go through a storm and a change. A sudden change. This earth sign. These earth signs finna go through a change. Because it got something to do with this is what they finna be aware of. Yeah. They finna be aware of this. And the reason why is because these earth signs messing with a fire sign. But it has something to do with that. Somebody here acting like they only devoted to somebody here in the present moment. But it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with this person here that do self-love her, this single parents. And it got something to do with a family here. But this family gonna have to look at themselves because it got something to do with this person got a third eye. Ooh. 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 Somebody here played around her. I told you that. That's why somebody here finna get a word. So it'll be a pressure cooker here. I told you that. It's gonna be a pressure cooker here because somebody here played with the past. Yeah. I told you that. That's what somebody finna be aware of. Because it got something to do with something be frozen for somebody here because somebody here wanted to chase. But it has something to do with somebody here need to look at the grass is the greener on the other side here. But I got they only devoted to somebody here in the present moment. Because it got something to do with this single mother, and it got something to do with a family her, and it has something to do with her. But it has something to look at this family, you have to look at the mirror her, because it got something to do with they playing with this person that got a third eye. Ooh wee, and they want this person that got a third eye to go through delays. Yeah, that's what it got something to do with her. Yeah, that's why it's gonna be a pressure cooker her. Yeah, babe. Because it got something to do with what they said y'all was. Please seek us, sir, with this pressure cooker her. This is what they said y'all was. But it has to do with y'all building her in vibrations. Y'all building in vibrations, sir. Y'all, and then they gonna try to chase. But y'all too busy building in vibrations. So what you look like chasing. And it got something to do with that. That's why whatever this chase is going to be frozen her. Because they thought the grass was greener on the other side. Yeah, okay. Because they act like they don't voted to you in the present moment. Yeah, you straight on that. You know why? Because it got something to do with you. It got something to do with in the present moment. They got a family. While you a single mother her. And it got something to do with that. That's why this family finna look at the mirror. For playing with somebody here, they got a third eye. I told you that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the gossip. That's definitely the gossiper. Yeah. Because whatever they thought they was doing on y'all, that stuff is dead. You got something to do with y'all could be laying up, or somebody here is laying up Taurus, Libra, or something like that here. This Taurus and it got something to do with a Libra here, but it got something to do with this water sign here laying up with somebody here happy, but it got something to do with the Three of Cups. And it has something to do with that here with the Hierophant and Justice. It got something to do with a Taurus or a Libra. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with this Taurus. This water sign can be messing with a Taurus or a Libra in her. And it has something to do with that. And this water sign be laying up with people here. And it got something to do with happiness. But it has something to do with that. But it has something to do with somebody finna get some word news here. It got something to do with the earth side here. Finna get some word news. And finna be aware of something. That's why somebody finna get a towel. It's gonna be a king of wands so get a towel. Because it got something to do with that her. Because it got something to do with a high priestess. And it got something to do with that her. That's what they finna be aware of. Because it got something to do with they trying to say somebody who was a please seeker her. But it got something to do with somebody who ain't even close to the devil. They not even close to the devil. They try to say these fire signs was close to the devil and stuff like that. And please seek or sir. But it has something to do with they try to say these water signs was in the past and they not. Yeah, they try to say y'all was in the past sir and y'all not. Yeah, that's the shocking news. Yeah, they lied her. Somebody here lied. That's what they did her. Yeah, that's what they did her, man. Because it got something to do with y'all caregivers here. Y'all caregivers. And it got something to do with y'all caregivers in the community. That's what it got something to do with her. Because the community here is imprisonment. That's where the community is at. And the reason why is because it got something to do with their peace. And it has something to do with that. But it's got something to do with their peace here. And it got something to do with overwhelmed her. It got something to do with their peace. Her spirit don't want me to give you the rest of it. It got something to do with their peace. And it got something to do with that her. It got something to do with the community is imprisonment. Yeah. And it got something to do with that her. And it has something to do with y'all can be caregivers, sir. Y'all be doing service and helping others, sir. And it has something to do with that her. Y'all can be a lonely one, her. Or be by yourself. But it has something to do with that her. But it has something to do with that. Y'all not doing no repeated patterns. Y'all ain't even with nobody. And they lying on y'all. Yeah, it sound good. Sound real good. Losing power and control. They want y'all to lose power and control, and it didn't work out for them. These energies are, and it got something to do with their career. Got something to do with y'all career her. It got something to do with energies her in the community. Yeah. That's what it got something to do with her. Yeah. And it has something to do with talented and express. So y'all talented her. Yeah. Y'all very talented her. You know what it is. It has something to do with that her. It has something to do with optimistic her. Y'all not even in. Y'all exploring. And then what y'all exploring is these energies that's upside down. That's what y'all exploring. And it has something to do with that her. Yeah. Because it has something to do with personal strength and strict determination. This is where y'all at. And it has something to do with that her. And y'all also is in education. And it has something to do with that her. They can't steal nothing from y'all. Because all y'all do is turn y'all back into y'all education her. And they can't steal nothing from y'all. You know why they can't steal nothing from y'all? Because that's what it got something to do with her. And it got something to do with that. Dang. I gotta go.